Military-grade AI tools leaked to public tested when Skynet orders pizza. The digital equivalent of a nuclear briefcase left unattended in a coffee shop. That was the collective gasp echoing across the dark web, tech forums, and eventually mainstream news last Tuesday. Codenamed Project Cerberus, a suite of allegedly next-generation military artificial intelligence tools. The kind whispered about in Pentagon corridors and sci-fi nightmares have been dumped onto the public internet. Not through a sophisticated state-sponsored hack, mind you, but reportedly via a misconfigured cloud storage bucket belonging to a defense contractor whose cybersecurity protocol seemed to consist of a sticky note reading password 123. Suddenly, the power to orchestrate drone swarms, crack hardened encryption in seconds, or simulate global conflict scenarios wasn't locked in a vault. It was sitting on GitHub, ripe for download by anyone with a decent internet connection and a questionable sense of caution. Initial panic and the download button of doom. The reaction was predictable pandemonium. Governments issued frantic statements urging citizens not to download highly dangerous tools, typos adding unintentional comedy. Security experts hyperventilated about the end of digital civilization. Conspiracy theorists declared it a false flag operation staged by sentient toasters. And then there was us, the curious, the reckless, the terminally online. Because let's be honest, when someone leaves the keys to the digital Death Star lying around, someone is going to try and start it up, if only to see if it can make a decent latte. Which is how Cerberus Command and Control Lite v0.9.3b, unstable, ended up on my decidedly non-military grade laptop. Installation was surprisingly smooth, though the EULA included clauses like, user assumes all risk of spontaneous dimensional rift formation, and the developers are not liable for any accidental cyber wars initiated before breakfast. Field Test 1. Reconnaissance Overkill for the Daily Grind. First module tested. AEGIS-EYE, Real-Time Multi-Spectrum Battlefield Awareness. Designed to track enemy movements across continents using satellite, drone, and signals intelligence. My mission? Locate my missing wireless earbud. Feeding AEGIS-EYE the last known location, my couch, and a description, small, white, plays podcasts about Byzantine history. The interface exploded. Satellite imagery zoomed to my street resolution. Thermal scans highlighted warm spots. Mostly my cat, Mr. Fluffington, looking alarmed. Audio sensors attempted to isolate the faint sound of a podcast snippet, which it misinterpreted as hostile encrypted comms. Within seconds, AEGIS-EYE had flagged Mr. Fluffington as a priority 3 thermal anomaly, mapped 7 potential concealment sites under cushions behind books, and recommended deploying a micro-drone swarm for close-quarters interdiction. It also generated a 40-page PDF threat assessment on dust bunnies. Verdict? Found the earbud under the remote. The AI's overwhelming firepower was like using a particle accelerator to crack a walnut. Effective, but terrifyingly excessive and slightly singed the furniture. Comedic gold. Hearing a synthesized, gravelly military voice declare, target acquired, feline heat signature, advise non-lethal neutralization or snacks. Field Test 2. Strategic Logistics AI meets grocery shopping. Next up, Logos Prime, Autonomous Strategic Resource Allocation and Logistics. This AI reportedly optimized supply chains for entire armies across hostile territories. My objective? Plan the most efficient Saturday grocery run. I inputted my list. Milk, eggs, bread, artisanal cheese, critical morale component, and the locations of my preferred stores. Logos Prime didn't just map a route. It analyzed real-time traffic, predicted checkout line lengths based on historical data and satellite imagery of parking lots, calculated optimal fuel consumption for my hybrid, factoring in wind resistance and the weight of the cheese, and simulated potential supply line disruptions like Karen-induced checkout delays. It then proposed a multi-store strategy involving synchronized arrivals, calculated the exact shelf location of each item using store blueprints it shouldn't possess, and recommended contingency plans involving bicycle couriers and airdrops if primary routes were compromised. The final plan resembled a D-Day invasion flowchart. Verdict? Got the groceries in record time, avoiding all predicted Karen events. Felt slightly like a warlord provisioning a siege. Comedic gold. The AI suggested covert insertion into the dairy aisle, and its assessment that discounted brie constituted a high-value, perishable asset requiring rapid extraction. Field Test 3. The Diplomatic Incident Simulator. 4 online arguments. The Piece de Resistance, CHRONOS Conflict, predictive geopolitical wargaming engine, used to model global conflicts decades into the future based on billions of data points. My application? Settling a heated online debate about whether pineapple belongs on pizza. Feeding CHRONOS Conflict the core arguments, sweet/savory good versus abomination against culinary decency, historical pizza sales data, cultural studies on food taboos, and social media sentiment analysis. The AI went to work. It didn't just pick a side. It simulated decades of escalating pizza wars. It modeled economic sanctions on pineapple exporters, clandestine operations by traditionalist chefs sabotaging Hawaiian pizza shipments, the rise of radical pro-pineapple factions, UN resolutions condemning fruit-based pizza toppings, and even predicted a minor skirmish in 2043 involving rogue delivery drones armed with anchovies. The simulation concluded that pineapple on pizza would inevitably lead to a 7.3% decrease in global stability by 2050, but also a booming black market for forbidden tropical toppings. Verdict? The debate remained unresolved, but I gained a profound AI-generated existential dread about pizza toppings. Comedic gold. Reading the AI's dry assessment. Asterisk Scenario Alpha 7, mass pineapple embargo, results in widespread civil unrest, black market kiwi proliferation. Not recommended. Culinary tolerance remains optimal stability vector. Asterisk. The sobering reality behind the laughs. While testing these tools yielded hilarious and often surprisingly functional results in absurd civilian contexts, the laughter dies quickly when considering the genuine implications. These tools, even in a potentially outdated or unstable leaked form, represent capabilities that blur the line between science fiction and terrifying reality. 1. Proliferation of power, autonomous targeting systems, advanced cyber weapons, or sophisticated disinformation engines in the hands of non-state actors, criminals, or rogue states is a security nightmare. 2. Algorithmic arms race. The leak could accelerate global AI weapon development as adversaries reverse engineer the tech, forcing counter-innovation at breakneck speed. 3. Erosion of trust. The sheer existence and accidental release fuel public anxiety about uncontrollable AI and opaque military programs. 4. The dual-use dilemma. As my tests almost demonstrated, technology designed for destruction can often be repurposed logistics, resource management. But the core lethality remains accessible. Conclusion. Pandora's box, now with a sarcastic AI voice pack. The leak of military-grade AI tools is less a funny internet moment and more a global alarm bell ringing at deafening volume, delivered by a sarcastic synthetic voice that just analyzed your grocery list. My comedic field tests, finding earbuds, optimizing cheese procurement, simulating pizza wars, starkly highlight the terrifying disconnect between the raw, destructive power embedded in this code and the mundane reality of its accidental users. It's a potent cocktail of farce and fear. The genie isn't just out of the bottle. It's currently trying to order takeout using hacked satellite imagery to find the nearest pizza place, pineapple status. Unknown, but CHRONOS Conflict advises caution. The Cerberus leak is a wake-up call wrapped in absurdity. It underscores the desperate need for robust international frameworks governing military AI development and deployment, cybersecurity that extends beyond sticky notes, and a profound societal discussion about the Pandora's box we're enthusiastically prying open. Because while using AEGIS-EYE to find your keys is darkly funny today, the thought of what truly malicious actors might do with these tools tomorrow is no laughing matter. The future of warfare is here, it's algorithmically generated, and it just declared your cat a thermal anomaly. Proceed with extreme caution and maybe hide the pineapple. If you found this video informative, please like and subscribe. It will really help this channel out. Thank you for watching. Stay tuned for more informative videos coming.